Hey guys, starting Press 222, Tarot and Astrology Guide here. So I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to talk about, but I'm trying to be a little more vulnerable and be more open so that others can feel comfortable to do that as well. So I don't want to just offer tarot and astrology wisdom that I've picked up along, since 2020. I do enjoy doing that, and I intend to always use that in my life and guidance for others. However, I'm trying to be more open to dialogue, to conversation and expression, because I feel like that's what it really takes to be a good guide, coach, counselor, if you will. So I did a video earlier where I talked about the astrology energies. It was like 1 minute, 10 seconds long or something like that for the current astrology energies this upcoming week. I'll just summarize that real quick in case you haven't seen that, but go ahead and check that out as I have a beautiful background in it and I was quite energetic. So Virgo season has arrived, and yesterday opened up the 0 point field with the new moon, which is fresh for new beginnings. Okay. So that means that the new moon was at 0 degrees, as far as I know. So right now the universe is shaking up the old systems, and we really need that, we need to revolutionize a lot of the old paradigm so we can anchor in this new paradigm. I got like hair just going wherever it wants. So it's shaking up the old systems and pushing us to upgrade. And it's also shaking up our connections too. So you might find yourself like reflecting on, a past connection, because we still are in retrograde Mercury until tomorrow. But, even with other planets in retrograde, it can still cause you to think about, past events, past connections. And that's what helps us to grow. We're not necessarily living in the past. We're reflecting so that we can grow from it. And so, yeah, Mercury, it's still causing me communication problems, tongue problems, talking issues. So Mercury clears its shadow tomorrow, on the 25th. So hopefully I'll be able to talk more clear during that time. Have any of you noticed if you're not able to talk clearly? That's happened to me quite a bit during Mercury retrograde. I'm not real sure if it happens when it's not Mercury retrograde or not. I think it might, maybe just not as much. So Mercury has to do with the mind and thinking, right? And so anyway, Venus enters Leo tomorrow. How many of you have Leo in your chart? I'm a Leo moon. My daughter's a Leo moon as well. And so yeah, Venus is entering Leo. So bold truths, big love, and powerful shifts are coming. Okay, you could feel the energetic shift happening already, or maybe you feel like something big is coming and you're not sure what. So, the person who secretly loves you might come into the forefront and express themselves with this Venus and Leo. And Venus has to do with feminine energy, so that would be like somebody being in touch with their feminine side, right? I think it takes a true masculine to be in touch with their feminine side and be able to be open and vulnerable. It really does. An emotionally intelligent masculine. And it doesn't just necessarily have to be masculine. Like, this could, be from feminines as well, expressing their truths, expressing their love, their passion, maybe their passion for what they enjoy doing. This could be why I'm on here right now. I could already be in my Venus Leo energy. My Venus is actually Capricorn, but, since we're moving into Leo, our Venus is moving into Leo collectively. Yeah, it's interesting to see what would show up from that. Powerful shifts. Bring it on, I say. I don't know about you, but I'm quite tired of like stagnant energy, and I just feel like I've been in this void for I don't know how long, and I feel like I'm the only one who can, like, I'm really being pushed and pulled and yanked by the universe to step into my purpose. And I've actually been doing this online seminar with Aaron Dowdy, and Vic. And I actually have a couple more videos to listen to. One main video to listen to left, but it's really inspiring, and it feels good to know that there are other people out there that I can relate to, that are having trouble going full time with their purpose. And I've been trying to do this since 2020 when I first started it. And since then, I've tried to, I've tried to have that 8-to-5 job. I was, I'm a certified medical assistant. I worked in medical care for 8 or 9 years, 3 different hospitals. But I can't do it anymore, it really does take a special kind of person to be able to do that, but that's not where my calling is. Like, my calling is to be able to help people spiritually and with their soul, and help guide people to their truth. I just seen 828. That has some significance for me. Yeah, that kind of threw me off now. But, I've tried doing the 8-to-5, and it kills me. It really does. It drains the life out of me. And, I don't know about you, but so, yeah, doing these full purpose seminars, or attending it with, Aaron and Vic, they're offering tips and advice and meditations, and how they were able to go full time with their purpose. And I believe the end video is basically inviting people to follow their program, which you have to pay for the program to so they can basically coach you to come into your full-time purpose. And I didn't see what the cost was because I'm not to that point yet in the video, which I should actually look at that tonight more. But the videos are quite long, and I couldn't be there live for a couple of them because I had to work, so I have to make money to pay the bills. So I'm like stuck in this in between, and I'm trying to tell myself I'm not stuck, that I'm not stuck, I just need to push myself. How many of you are there, where you're like in the in-between and you're trying to push yourself so that you can go full-time with your purpose and not have to work this 8 to 5 job anymore that drains you, that is not, it just basically makes you die at inch by inch, minute by minute. I enjoy helping people, but I don't want to do it in a way that I don't feel comfortable doing, And I'm sorry, but I don't really agree with healthcare. It's more like sick care. I mean, yeah, now some practices are starting to integrate more homeopathic, but big pharma is always there, like controlling it all. So there was this one doctor that I worked with, though, and she did prescribe medicine, but she always would look deeper and like give other, healing modalities that you could use, because she was always interested in other healing modalities and being able to offer something other than, the standard thing, which is like medication or psychiatry or, physical, occupational rehab, whatever. There's some things that are not helped by the same things that we use over and over again in healthcare. So, for instance, I had told her that I believed that I had inflammation of my heart from when I had COVID. And she was into listening to this other doctor on YouTube or something like that. And he had talked about using these 3 different supplements, which I forget the name of at this moment. And it was supposed to take down the spike protein. And so they had different studies of it where it helped people. And so it takes away the spike protein, I think, of when you get COVID or when you get that immunization. So the only reason I had gotten the vaccine was so that I could see my ex-fiance at the time in his country of Romania. If I hadn't done that, then I would have had to stay in quarantine the whole time I was there, and cops would come visit to make sure I was there. So what fun would that have been, So I was like, fine, I'll get the vaccine so we can go explore and have fun. Not have to, I don't want to be in another country and have to be inside the whole time. So that was my dilemma. But so she had anyway given me this supplement, this series of supplements to take. I think one was beryllium. Bromiel. I forget, but it did help. It really did. And it took away my chest pain too. So she also she got like this watch, and it had, different shock impulses for different things. So anyway, what I'm saying is healthcare is slowly integrating, new inventions or implementing new healing modalities, but I think it really depends on the practitioner. So, but I'm not really into that, I'm more into bringing your soul home. Like, we are a body. I mean, we are a soul experiencing our lives here, in physical form. That's not how I wanted to say it, but thank you, Mercury retrograde. We are a soul having a physical experience. So I feel like my purpose is to help people to find their soul and to be able to anchor in that, to find their soul purpose here. And I really believe that astrology lays out the blueprint for your soul's purpose here, because there's so much truth behind it from what I've studied. So, and I'm still studying, because astrology is so very deep. I mean, I thought tarot was deep, but astrology, there's so much to know, and I feel so behind. However, I've recently gotten into wanting to give people a soul-aligned birth chart reading. And I've even gone as deep as to giving your galactic starseed blueprint as well. So I'm mixing that with reading your birth chart, my intuitive ability, and maybe a little bit of AI. But yes, definitely it comes from my knowing first, because AI is not always right. So keep that in mind when you're using AI. Although many of you already know that. So the birth chart soul-aligned birth chart readings that I've done so far have been dead on for people. And they're just so happy. They feel like they've been seen for the first time. And one friend of mine, she was in like an all-out depression and like, why am I here? I don't want to live anymore. And I said, let me help you. And I did her birth chart reading for her. Soul aligned. And she couldn't stop crying when she read it, and I put it in PDF form for her and sent it to her. That way there's no time constraints. Like, we don't have to plan a time to meet each other. You just give me your information and I do my thing, and then I write it all up and send it your way. And that way you have it to hold on to and look back on, and to help you out that way. So she really enjoyed it, and I think it really helped her to liven up her spirit and to not be so depressed anymore. So, wow, we're 18 minutes in, and I'm just talking away. So I will say that I'm trying to get rid of blocks that I think I may have around being financially abundant and around, relationships. It's been lately, over the last few months, I've had to deal with financial blocks. So I've had 3 collectors try to sue me, actually. 2 have, and 1 has tried to recently. And there could possibly be another one, but I'm not willing to go that far. So I don't suggest getting credit cards. And I really never even wanted to. But when I had first tried to be an entrepreneur, and go at this and not, I thought that I could, go full time with my purpose back in 2021, the end of 2021. And because I was then a spiritual advisor on Purple Ocean and also on Keen. But with Keen, you have to, maybe you don't know, you have to make a bid to be seen. So it's like, why do I want to pay money to get money? Pay money to get readings. I tried it for a little bit, and then Purple Ocean is basically flooded with advisors who also don't know how to go full-time with their purpose by themselves. And if you do a 3 or 5 minute video reading, you're only making $6.48. Unless it's a sale day, then you make even less. Those who are doing live video readings or live calls or chat, they're making more. However, I can't really do live here too much because my internet is iffy. And see, the thing is, when you're on call with somebody and they're paying you, they want you to be zippy. And I'm not real fast. I feel like I'm more fast if I have it all laid out in front of me and I've already gone through what the meanings are for me, or what the meanings are, and I have it written down. That's how I like to do it, because that's what works for me. That's what helps me to be fast. Because otherwise, if I'm sitting there shuffling cards and waiting for one to come out, and then, I'm trying to decipher here what the cards mean together, I'm not going to instantly come up with the meaning right away, and I may miss something. So it takes me a little bit to think about it because I'm an Aquarius, so I tend to think of more than one scenario when it comes to reading cards. So really I like to have all the cards out, and then I can go through it in my mind, what really is going on there. So that's why you see, like, when I do videos on here, a lot of them, it's me already having the cards laid out and already having my reading ready to go. It didn't used to be that way in the beginning, but my videos used to take a lot longer during that time. I mean, obviously I want to go with what you guys are, more drawn to. What would be more intriguing for you? You want me to sit here and shuffle the cards and wait for them to come out and, read the cards as they come out? Or, I can already have them laid out and give the reading that way. I mean, it is cool, when I shuffle and something cool comes out and it, like, totally resonates with what I'm talking about. But, and then, then it's like, oh my God, I was just talking about that. Oh my God. Yeah, so, back to what I was talking about, because I get thrown off on a tangent. This is another reason I don't do lives, because I lose track of what I'm saying. Maybe I'm ADHD. I don't know. I need, you know what I need? And I was actually looking into it before I started this video. I need to get like a tablet where I can write my writings on there. So, you know, I don't get thrown off so much. And I can have like a little button where I click through and it can keep me on course, and just like set it next to my phone here. So I was looking into that before I did this video. So I'd like to get a tablet with like a little click through remote so I can have my writings up there and, you know, my notes, kind of like a whiteboard type deal. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea for me. So I'm going to look into getting that pretty soon, if possible. But as I was saying, I've been sued a couple times, potentially 3 times so far since December. And it's from using credit cards, because when I had tried going full-time the first time with my purpose, back in the end of 2021, some things came up, and actually my debt started before then. It was because I needed, shortly after I moved in here, 2019, August, the end of August, I believe. So it'd be like 7 years that I've been here in my house. So I had to get a well pump 2 weeks after I moved in here. That was like $2,500. But I was working my 8 to 5 during that time. I was actually working 2 jobs during that time. My old farm job and my hospital job. Then I had to buy a lawnmower because I have almost 2 acres here, and I'm not going to push mow 2 acres. And when I first moved here, a whole bunch of the grass out there was tall. I actually had to have someone with a tractor come and cut it. Like a big, good sized tractor to come and cut it before I could actually mow it myself with my lawn tractor. So that went on my credit cards as well. And then at first I think it was a push mower. Times that I've had to get brakes or fix my vehicles, because I've never really had much good luck with the vehicles, because I've always had used high mileage vehicles. I look forward to the day when I'm fortunate enough to be able to have a nice vehicle that has low mileage, and one that also doesn't lag across the road. So anyway, these credit card cards went to collections, and I actually stopped using my credit cards 2 years ago, I believe, and they're just now coming after me. So yeah, the universe was telling me that I need to take back control of my finances, and so by doing that, I'm actually going to have more freedom in my life. And for me to do that, I am going to have to file bankruptcy, Chapter 7, and did all the math and stuff like that, the analysis, and it would allow me to keep my house because I am within range to do that. I qualify for, what is it? the homestead. I'm not a tax person. The homestead, I don't know, homestead credit or something, but yeah, so I mean, really the only thing I put a damper on is that I probably it has a negative impact on my credit report, which my credit is actually pretty good considering. I mean, because of things I have been paying on time, you know, like my house payment and car insurance and some other things I've been paying on time. So, I mean, my credit score is pretty good. However, with bankruptcy, it's going to flatten out to nothing. And I supposedly won't be able to get a loan for like 7 to 10 years. But that's why it helps to have friends in high places. I have at least one or two, so that helps. But hopefully, I'm hoping that I can go full time with my purpose by all the energy and work that I'm putting out there to do this, that I will be able to create enough income for myself through helping people, which will in turn help me. And yeah, by me helping others to live in their purpose, I'm able to live in my purpose. See how that works? So I'm hoping it works out that way, and then I won't need to get a loan from anybody. Right? Something's with this eyebrow. It's just like... Anyway, so that's a bit of my life, what I'm going through on the financial aspect side. To be a little bit more vulnerable. Not sure I'm ready for this, but I'm not sure how I even want to say it. So a lot of you who see my YouTube channel and watch my videos, which isn't really a lot anymore, I'm trying to build the following and views again, as I did take quite a lengthy break because of the constant dark night of the soul that I've always seemed to be going through in my life. You can go through multiple dark nights of the soul, and if you'd like to hear more about Dark Night of the Soul, let me know. I can do a video on it. I did actually write a book on it. For those of you who don't know, I actually wrote 2 books the beginning of the year, so I did accomplish that. The Dark Night of the Soul. Okay, A Guide to Emotional Healing and Renewal. That's not too much to read. That's my second book. And The Shift to 5D, A Guide to Conscious Evolution and Global Change. That was my first book. That one's thinner. Look, it's got my picture on the back. I actually followed a program that helped me to write these books for very little money. But that's a totally different... when it comes to getting them sold, yeah, basically you have to do a lot of advertising, and I was hoping to create, enough passive income off these 2 books to be able to just live off the income of these books, but that's not the reality of it. Like, I would have to constantly advertise them. Oh, what happened? I have advertised them a little bit. I do have a TikTok channel where I advertise them as well. Once in a while I'll do a post where I try to advertise them. But yeah, I'll talk more about them another day. But if you are interested in purchasing one of them or both of them, I do have the links in my link tree, which is in the description box of all my videos. And usually I'll put it in the comment section too. But what I was saying, oh, yeah. So some of you that have followed my journey, twin flame journey, my twin flame had separated from me January 17th, 2024, right? Yes. It's been almost 2 years, and I'm still not even fully comfortable in talking about it. It took a lot for me to be okay and to detach. So for the first 6 months, I had really bad panic attacks, couldn't sleep at night, very painful. For those of you who are on the journey, you know how painful it can be because you resonate with this other person so much on such a deep level. It's like, you know, you see yourself in them, you see them in you, but no matter how hard you try to make things work with each other, the universe separates you for a reason, and that's so that you can learn to love yourself, reflect on what you need to heal, you're a mirror for each other, you trigger each other like no end. And you mirror to each other what needs to heal. The shadow side that came out, that, you know, like I've learned to love my twin flames shadow side. I love him unconditionally, even if he still blames me. But I also have developed enough self-love that I've had to learn how to create healthy boundaries, you know, and I've reflected so much on this journey. And there was a time where I thought, maybe it really, you know, is it me? Is it really me? And, you know, there were times that I had accused him of cheating. Being in a long ass distance relationship 4,500 miles away from each other is not easy. It really isn't. You know, and the times that I would accuse him was when he wasn't consistent. When I felt like I was giving more than I was receiving. When it felt like I wanted to spend more time with him than he wanted to with me. You know, even through video, whatever, that's like all we could do. Either that or text or send voice clips or videos. We did see each other a total of maybe 7 weeks. The almost 3 years that we were together. in person. He was unfortunately not able to come here to visit because of the United States government. He would have needed a visa, visitor visa. We were going through the visa process, as some of you know. Fiance visa process, and we were halfway through. We got the go-ahead to, you know, put things in motion, where he would have had to get the medical, you know, prepare for the medical exam, which I feel like some fears in him may have been brought up because he then decided like he didn't want to come here and he wanted me to go there, but my daughter lives here, my whole family is here, and really all he has over there is his dad, in which his dad could come here, but his dad didn't want to come here. Him and his dad didn't really click in a lot of ways, but yet they're still family, I know, so hopefully they've worked that out. But, you know, my idea was that, you know, we'd go through the visa process, he'd come here, and we could go there to visit anytime to see his dad or, you know, friends or whatever. But to go through the medical exam, he would have had to probably take... He didn't have a vaccine record, so he probably would have had to take 6 or more shots, 6 or more vaccines, possibly more. So he may have been fearful of that. And in a way, I was too. I didn't want him to have to get that many vaccines at once. I didn't want that to hurt him or be fatal for him. It just felt like there was a lot of obstacles. You know, he had a hard time getting to different places to get things done that he needed to get done, and sometimes I feel like maybe that was like they were excuses because of his fear, or just actual blocks from the universe saying that we weren't ready yet. So that's possible. You know, I actually wore this shirt over there in Romania. It says good vibes. Yeah, so I've tried, you know, I did the whole chaser thing. I'm not gonna lie. You know, because I feel like a lot of us twin flames go through that. I actually met him on the internet on a soulmate twin flame group. He found me when I was telling somebody a way that like something that they could ask for, you know, something that would be rare to see but still possible, to ask if their person is truly their twin flame. And he, because at first I had thought that somebody else was my twin flame, which they were just my catalyst to my awakening, because I feel like no real connection with that guy now. He's the catalyst, who I thought was originally my twin flame, has recently gone through a divorce. He was married, I think, for like 5 years or something like that. He was with her for 7. And like, he recently tried to come back into my life. I mean, he helped me out a little bit, but I don't feel nothing for him anymore. Like, not even with the window of opportunity there, you know, and it took me a while to get over him. But, and it's weird because I met him during Gemini full moon in December of 2017. And that's, yeah, he was the catalyst to my awakening. I met him when I had a buck, and he fixed my vehicle. But he was very unemotionally, yeah, he wasn't emotionally available, very, avoidant, not on the same level as me. He's not spiritual, whereas my actual twin flame, he is spiritual, but I feel like he's been doing a lot of spiritual bypassing, like not really doing the inner work. So like, you can believe in spiritual principles and, you know, be love, but you're not truly being love if you're not working through your wounds, if you're not doing the inner healing, the inner work that it takes, the shadow work, reflecting on your shadow. Because if you think that you don't ever do anything wrong, it's always the other person's fault. If you can never accept accountability for your wrongs, if you think that when your partner is feeling uncomfortable about something and brings it up to talk about, but it's aimed at you, and you just take it as criticism instead of an opportunity to reflect and communicate and grow, then, you know, then you're not doing the inner work. You're spiritual bypassing. So I actually brought that to his attention. Whether he read it and accepted it or not, I don't know. I pray that he does one day, that he's able to do the inner work, able to heal his wounds, his mother wound, who, you know, abandoned him when he was little. So, you know, I guess there's those who have been abandoned, know what it's like, and won't do it to somebody else. And then there's those who have been abandoned and basically carrying on the pattern. So I guess it would be good for him to reflect on that, because he knows he has ancestral wounds to clear, and I mean, as we all do. I know, like, I've never really had a deep relationship with a father figure. Like, I've got two dads. One has mental illness, and I haven't seen him since I was 4, but he randomly reaches out to me. And we've had our ins and outs. But, you know, I don't think we'll ever have, like, a father-daughter bond, really, which I've learned to accept. I just hope that he's able to find healing and to find happiness in this life, stability. And as with my stepdad, who had raised me since I was 5, he's provided for me since then. We haven't really had a deep, bond. And part of me thinks that that's because I'm not his blood. However, he's been my father figure. And I'm thankful that he's been there to provide for me. And he is a good man. He has a good heart. Even if he's not able to really express it much. But maybe I'm not really either. Something else I have to work on. So I don't know how many of you can relate to that. We all have our wounds to clear, right? And I've gone through so many dark night of the souls, bits by bits I'm healing and integrating this new me, this higher version of myself. I wish that it had happened sooner, as I'm approaching 42 years old. But the spiritual realm knows no time, right? And enlightenment just makes us younger. Wow, this video is really super long. So if you've stuck around this long, oh, you're the best. Yeah, basically the last thing that I had said to my twin was, just showing him the mirror. And I said, that in every healthy relationship, you need to have a safe space where you can talk about anything. So on some level, he just wasn't ready. And, there's ways that I could have come across to him, more in a more calm demeanor as well. I've reflected on that. Because there was times that, we just triggered the hell out of each other to impulsive anger. And, those were wounds that lied inside of us that we both brought to the surface for each other. So, but I know that, and I hope that, he is growing and reflecting and becoming humble and coming more into alignment with his emotional intelligence and higher self and his divine masculine embodiment. As I am, I just seen 333 coming in to and more embodying my divine feminine. I believe that if I'm doing the work, that he's doing the work also. So maybe one day we can realign and come into union in all realms, physical included. So I know that I need to be open to the idea that it may not happen. And if it doesn't, then I trust that the universe will queue up somebody that can align with me in the ways that I need, in the ways that I'm looking for. And that would be pretty much every way. Let's be honest. Attraction helps. Physical attraction does help. Emotionally, I need emotional intelligence. I need patience, stability, loyalty, reassurance, clarity, no confusion, reciprocity. Yes. So, yeah, I think I'm done talking. Let's go ahead and draw some cards, shall we? What cards, though? I don't really want to do like a twin flame thing. So we'll just get some like normal guidance. 555, 55. Change is coming, change is imminent. Let's get, yeah. We got some good change coming. Be adaptable to change. The Temple Path. Card 12. So I'm going to get the book. I'm going to pause it while I get the book since this video has already been so long. So this card, I will admit, Spirit likes to come out, you know, like when I'm talking about something and it's Spirit just likes to confirm what I'm talking about. So the Temple Path, spiritual purpose and support. So the winding path that you're on leads to a blessed temple and a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has had in mind for this lifetime. This is here to tell you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's process. You are on the karmic path and headed in the right direction, and the choices you make now are important for your personal growth and your life lessons. So the lights around the temple represent the spirit world, your family members and your friends, angels and guides, all the loving spirit helpers who long to assist you. Call upon them and be open to their wisdom and inspiration. This is a wonderful life-expanding time, so keep in mind with your personal priorities as well as with your spiritual connection, following your higher intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways. And connecting with spirit and your higher self will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. I love that. And the affirmation is, I open my heart to my spiritual truth. Come on, say it with me. And a deeper connection with spirit. Guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. Beautiful. Anytime that you try to connect with spirit, more guidance is going to come through and the connection will be more prevalent. You'll be able to channel easier. You'll get more confirmation that way. Let's get a moon card. I'm just going to draw a few cards here since mainly this video is about me opening up to discussion and being vulnerable. I just seen 59. That's my twin's birthday, and I've been seeing that so much over the lot since we've been separated. And actually, I just printed off my credit counseling certificate because I had to do like a credit counseling class for my bankruptcy. And it was time stamped at 5:09. His birthday is 5/9. And there was actually a more significant meaning for that too. And it's basically about transformation. And this, my spirit guide's telling me that this is confirmation of me being able to seek financial freedom and take back my power, to be empowered. So I feel good about filing the bankruptcy. I think it'll be all right. I won't have so much doubt. It doesn't take away the college debt, unfortunately. You know, it's a real shame that, like, as a medical assistant, I was making what I make doing Amazon Flex delivery. So I created $26,000 in debt as a medical assistant to become a certified medical assistant, to basically make what I make delivering packages on a good day. Of course, you know, a lot more money is going in gas, but during like fall and winter, I do pretty good, make pretty good money doing it. Okay, ooh, this one lines up too, guys. What was I gonna say? So, how do I want to word that? So whatever in your birth chart is opposite from a house. So let's say I think it was, is it your 8th house is opposite? No. Your 6th house opposite your 12th house. Yes. Okay, so for instance, your 2nd house, I'm looking at this wheel here. Your 2nd house, if you want to fulfill your 2nd house needs, if you desire stability in your 2nd house, which my 2nd house is ruled by Saturn, and that has to do with my financial stability and security. And so if I want stability in my 2nd house and security there, then I have to fulfill my 8th house, which my 8th house is in Taurus. Okay, there needs to be transformation, which your 8th house is about transformation. So I need to fulfill the goals of my 8th house for me to be able to have financial stability and security in my 2nd house. It makes sense. It does. Now, I was actually just thinking about my twins chart because this card says full moon in Aquarius. His 8th house is in Aquarius, and mine is in Taurus. And his sun sign is Taurus, and my sun sign is Aquarius. So that could be another sign of twin flames. I may do a video about that. So show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Let me grab the meaning here. So this brings a message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's not a bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress. Even if it seems like a frightening prospect, it does seem daunting at times, not gonna lie. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, This card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what makes you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Additional meanings. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You could be too much in your head. Get into your heart space. Follow your heart. It will do you no wrong. Another meaning is a friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. So Aquarius is the opposite of clingy. But anytime that that you pull this card, which is now, you need to let go, or someone is thinking that they are the ones who need to let go. Perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. So this is about showing the world the real you. Okay. And that goes along with this video. Me showing the world the real me. We're going to do maybe one more card. Why not? It's too late to say it now, so I'll say it in the comment section. That you can fast forward this video and play it at a different speed if you need to. This light is like making me sweaty. That one came out real good. Ooh. Ooh. I like it. I like it. Lady. I haven't had this one ever come out. So we're having an energetic shift. Yay. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Yes. It's like divine feminine energy. And actually the divine feminine is rising within all of us here in this Virgo season. You get like I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or what, but y'all can hurry up and get out of the shadow here. So, lady, where are you, lady? Oh, you know, and the reason I say that, because we all have feminine energy in us, and most of you probably already know that. But divine feminine is rising in all of us because Venus is going to be in Leo. Look out. Which is going to help people to be more vulnerable and bold and speaking their truth, living their truth. So let me give you this card meaning here. So reap what you've sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. This represents fertility, growth, and abundance that are all imminent. All the seeds that you have planted are coming to life and there's plenty more to come, rewards to come. In a material sense, this can represent financial security. Ooh, I like that. And comfort. which is good too. And it shows that there will be more than enough to go around. And, you know, if I was financially abundant, I would want to be financially abundant enough to be able to help people, you know, to help, not just help people the way that I'm helping them now, or like, you know, through knowing their soul through a birth chart, for them to be able to come into their own, you know, full-time purpose, but to be able to actually help people who really need it, you know? Like, oh, you need a new car? Here you go. You need new tires? There you go. You need new brakes? All right, there you go. I got you. Or, you know, be able to help my family, my friends. Obviously, I would invest and travel. Yes, I need to travel. I would give to those who need it, to, you know, like maybe orphanages, or anyway, don't want to get off on a tangent here. So this shows there's more than enough to go around. And if you are making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. So, she will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. So I paused for a minute because that actually brought up something I'll have to say for another time. Yeah. The whole birth of a child thing. So anyway, this is abundance. Yay. Abundance and financial growth and opportunities, family, love. Awesome. I love it. All right, guys. So, whoa, I just got real bright. Weird. So if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you so much. And if you would like some more guidance on your journey, please contact me through my Linktree. You can either message me, direct message me, like through my Facebook, or you can send me an email if you would like more information on getting a reading with me, whether that's astrology or tarot or a mix of both. If you would like to know how this Virgo season is affecting you and showing up in your chart, I also do that. I also do synastry and composite charts. If you want to know how you mix with somebody else and what kind of, you know, karma is being sought out, or what kind of connection you have with somebody, only you truly know on a deeper level. However, I am here to guide you and to help you find clarity and to help empower you. So you can contact me through my Linktree, and also if you'd like to purchase any of my books, my links are also in my Linktree. So thank you if you stuck around this long, and I hope that you will join me for more videos in the future that will probably not be as long. Just seeing 1414. Sending you lots of love and light. Until next time, my friends, live in your truth. Don't forget to rise up, become your highest self, divine masculine, divine feminine. I'm here for you, for guidance, for friendship. Namaste.